Hello folks, shintigercurl here, that dude in the straw hat, bringing you yet another wrestling review. I'm of course joined by my co-host and roommate, Joe. Say hi, Joe. He's happy because a fanfiction critic said boner in her latest review. Now, you're probably wondering where I've been for the last couple of days. Well, I had a mouth infection and I was unable to speak properly, so I had to wait until that cleared up. But, as you can hear, I'm better. And so my first review, since getting better, will be a pay-per-view, since it's Sunday night. And it's TNA. Yeah. Although I will say this. The last Impact was actually pretty decent. So that says something. But can Victory Road get them back on the track? Well, I got my notes. Let's get to work. The first match, which makes no sense from a booking standpoint, is Bully Ray versus Tommy Dreamer. Now, as you probably missed, Dreamer and Bully have been getting into it lately since Tommy came to Devon's aid in their feud. So they're gonna fight tonight. Bully gets on the mic and pretty much says that Tommy has no business in his business, so he went to Eric Bischoff and Hulk Hogan, so their match will be a no-holds-barred, Falls Count Anywhere match, which was right up their alley. And I will say this was a very entertaining matchup. I know it's Tommy Dreamer versus Bubba Ray, but it was very entertaining, especially with the little spots in there with Tommy getting weapons from the crowd. He even got one of those a big plush doll of those minions from Despicable Me, and hit Bubba with it. They even brought a blow-up doll out. I mean, it was ridiculous, but a very good send-up to the old school ECW, and I couldn't help but like it. It was just a good one, and it had some good spots. This is a match. It was right up Bubba and Tommy's alley. This is what they do. They have hardcore matches. This is their bread and butter, and of course they made it good. Bubba gets on the mic and is berating Tommy as he's beating him with a kendo stick when Devon's music hits, and out comes his sons. One of them is still in a neck brace after being put through a table. He's yelling at them, calling them out, and then Devon slips into the ring, and just as Bubba's turning, 3D through a table. That's right. Devon and Tommy put Bubba through a table with a 3D. 1, 2, 3. Tommy Dreamer wins, which is very rare since Tommy is the ultimate underdog loser. But anyway, it was an entertaining matchup, and I enjoyed the 3D at the end. So this was a good way to start off Impact. Start off Victory Road. Now, let's see if they can follow that up. Next up, we have the beautiful people, Angelina Love and Winter, defending the Knockouts tag belts against Sarita and her cousin Rita, or Rosita, whatever the fuck her name is. This was a sloppy match. This was a sloppy match for a meaningless title, or titles. Those Knockouts title tag belts are about as worthless as the WWE tag belts. They just don't mean anything. And the match was just sloppy. It's just a mess of hair flying over the place. And I really couldn't get into this. So there was some shenanigans, and Rosita and Sarita are now Knockouts tag champs. And I don't really give a fuck, so skip that. Next, we get the Jarrett's honeymoon, which consisted of them running around at a theme park with their kids. Have I said that I hate the Jarretts now? Anyway, moving on, we go to Hernandez versus Matt Morgan, First Blood match. Now, if you don't know what a First Blood match is, it's no disqualifications, no countouts, no pinfall, no submissions. The only way to win is to make your opponent bleed from any part of their body. Now, this was a good physical matchup. Morgan and Hernandez have always played off of each other, but still, I'm still trying to find it hard to buy Hernandez as a credible heel. So anyway, at one point in the match, I think a fan jumps in the ring, and it gets weird after that. And the ref leaves, and he gets taken out off screen by the fan. Then Hernandez pulls out his chain and goes to hit Matt Morgan, but Morgan sees it, blocks it, takes the chain, and hits him over the head. Now he's bleeding enough. We could see him bleeding and to do it, but he crawls over to his towel. The referee's still out. Morgan's saying, "Hey, come on, he's bleeding, come on." And then Hernandez perpetrates the most bullshit ending to a first blood match ever. He takes out a squirt bottle of something, I don't know, and sprays it all over Matt. It does nothing to Matt, and Matt continues to beat his ass. Then another ref, a totally different ref, runs out. He looks him over, and he sees the red stuff on Morgan's body. Hernandez wins, even though Hernandez is clearly bleeding, and you can tell that. I was enjoying this match until this bullshit ending. I mean, why would you bring a fucking squirt bottle? Why would there need to be shenanigans in a first blood match? You just need to make the other fucker bleed, and it's pretty easy to do. And to bring us, and what the fuck is wrong with that new referee? He had to have seen what Hernandez did. I'm sure I'm sure it is an easy thing. I mean, he could even tell that, you could even tell by looking at him that it's not his blood. Because if you're going to have blood on you, you're going to see it come out of somewhere. A nut, a cut, a nick, a laceration, something on the body. But you don't. He just sees red. Oh, he must be bleeding. So he wins. It was a good match until they fucked it up. Next match is we'll hopefully wash the taste out of that match. Is the Ultimate X match for the X Division title. Max and Jeremy Buck, Kazarian, and Robbie E. Now, Max says that it's his birthday tonight, and so he and Jeremy have agreed that he would win the X Division title. So, overall, this wasn't the best Ultimate X match, but it was clearly a very good match. It was just all the good spots were done by Jin Mi as well as Kazarian. Kazarian even pulls off the Wave of the Future, and I haven't seen him use that move in a long time. There's some interesting spots, not as good as past Ultimate X matches. And Robbie E stayed out of this match for a lot. I mean, that's good because he does not need to. He does not need to be in this type of match. He does not fit in this type of match. The end comes when the brothers have a kind of a spat with each other, and they're fighting. And while they're fighting, and they take each other out, Robbie E gets a ladder, and Kazarian scales on top of the wires and does a like a tightrope walk. He grabs they both reach the bell at the same time, but Kazarian takes it, kicks him off. Kazarian wins. Overall, not the best Ultimate X match, but it was still watchable. Kudos. Next, we get another Jarrett segment. Moving on. Next match is the TNA Tag Team title match between Beer Money and Ink Inc. Now, this was perhaps one of the best matches on the card. This was an excellent tag team match. WWE, you need to start taking notes. This is how you book a great tag team match. Ink Inc. really brought their game up to the level of Beer Money, and this showed throughout the entire match. Shannon Moore was a consummate high flyer. Jesse Neal pulled off the strength game pretty well. It's just a back and forth match. At the end, Shannon tried to use the Book of Dilly Gaff to get the win, but Jesse's like, no, I want to win straight up. But this Beer Money takes this opportunity of this distraction to hit the DWI. 1, 2, 3. Beer Money retains. Jesse decides. Well, they show their respect to Jesse Neal. It was a great match. Thank you. But Shannon Moore, being the douche that he is, seeing as how he hangs out with the Hardy Boys, spits beer in their faces and just leaves. So yeah, there's that. Next match between Cold Cuts Matt Hardy against AJ Styles. Now, this match was a lot better than I thought it was. Hardy really used a lot of innovative offense. He used a submission hold that confounded a lot of people. Like, what kind of submission hold is this? I think it was like a modified Dragon Sleeper or something. I don't know. If someone knows the name of it, please let me know. But overall, this was not a good match for Hardy. The whole match was basically AJ being AJ, which is phenomenal. And Hardy looking completely out of his element. He just looked like he didn't belong in the same ring as AJ. And he has the nerve to talk down to AJ. AJ has done more in professional wrestling than has gotten more titles and had more better 5-star matches, both as a tag team wrestler and as a singles wrestler, than Matt Hardy, who was a great tag wrestler but a failed singles wrestler who never broke out of the mid card, and he has the right to talk down to somebody. Anyway, there was some good spots in this, mostly done by Ric Flair. At one point, he grabs AJ's balls. Not low blow, he just grabs them and squeezes for a good 5-6 seconds. And Taz probably gives a nice little funny comment. He says, "Yo, that was like a 5-on-2. Get it? But anyway, it ends with AJ hitting the spiral splash, a move he hasn't done in a long time. And he goes out and kicks God in the balls. By God, I mean Ric Flair. So overall, this was a better match than I thought, but still, Matt, you should stay away from AJ. You are not ready to mess with a guy of that kind of in-ring skill. Next up, more Jarretts. Joe says we should skip, and that's what I'm doing. Next up, Next up we have Anderson versus RVD, #1 contenders match. Now this was perhaps the best singles match on the card. These two really, really took it to each other. It was a very physical but very technical matchup. I just watched it from start, well, almost to finish. It was a great match, the best match on the card, bar none. Anderson, RVD, you did your job tonight. That is until the finish when Anderson hits the mic check on outside the ring, and they both get a double count out, and they don't restart the match. Just when I start to love you, TNA, you do this to me. Next up, we have the main event. Jeff Hardy versus Sting for the world title. But before the match could begin, Eric Bischoff comes out and he says, "Since the network got in our business on March 3rd, we have to make things fair. So it's going to be a no disqualification match that Jeff Hardy prepared for. Sorry, Sting." Sting lays him out and beats him up before they roll him out of the ring. So no disqualifications. So we should expect some foobar. We should say some run-ins and a long epic match. Since there's 20 minutes left in the show, we should expect a long epic. Wait a second. It's over. 1 minute. That's how long. That's at least, at the most, how long this match was. 1 minute. At the very least, 30 seconds. What can I say? There's nothing to say. Sting hits the Scorpion Death Drop. 1, 2, 3. He retains. Fuck you, TNA. Honestly, people complain about WWE booking and match results, but when you have a match, a title match that makes one of them look incredibly weak. I mean, Jeff Hardy is supposed to be the Antichrist of pro wrestling, and yet not only does he lose to a 50-plus-year-old man, but he loses in under a minute. That does not make Hardy look good. That makes him look like a piece of shit. And not that I'm complaining. I hate Jeff Hardy. I hate the Hardys, period. But I expected a match and we still had 20 minutes left of show. It ended at around 9:30, and when a good pay-per-view ends, at the very least 9:45, the very most 10 o'clock, and we still had at least 20 minutes of show left, and that's how it ends. They do a quick recap of the whole show, but it ends early with a shit match. I can't even express how disappointed and pissed off I am. So that's my verdict. If this review is short, that's because this was a short and not much to talk about. Overall thoughts: a disappointment. Sure, there were some great matches. The opening match was good. The tag match was good. The number one contenders match was great, save for the shitty finish. But overall, there was just too much bad about this show. That last match sunk the rest of the show. So yeah, this was all about the money. This is all it's all TNA wanted. So fuck you, Hogan, and fuck you, Bischoff, for doing this. At least WWE has a little bit more respect for their titles to give them a full 5 minutes at least. Say what you want about Jerry Lawler getting a title shot, but at least he got a full match out of it. At least it didn't make The Miz look like a total bitch. No. This made Jeff Hardy look so weak. Ugh. Thank God I didn't pay for this. And you didn't hear me say that. So that was Victory Road. The road to lockdown is covered in shit. So now not only do we have an old man who can stomp out young superstars in under a minute, but we don't have a number one contender. So there's that. But anyway, that's TNA's Victory Road. You heard my verdict. What do you think? Leave a comment at the bottom. Or subscribe if you want. But yeah. Tune in tomorrow when I review Raw, which will have Snooki on. Fucking hate the Jersey Shore. Yes, I said it. I hate the Jersey fucking Shore. But anyway, this is shintigercurl, that dude in the straw hat, and Joe, bidding you good night. And fuck you, team.